Every time you sit by the window during landing, you wait for that specific moment. The ground rushes up, the engines roar in reverse, and then chirp, a massive cloud of blue smoke erupts from the wheels. To most passengers, it's just a sign that they've arrived. But to engineers, that puff of smoke is a violent cry of physics. In that single second, pounds of expensive, high-tech rubber are vaporized into thin air. Imagine taking a brand new car tire and dragging it behind a truck at 150 miles per hour. It would disintegrate. Yet, airplane tires do this several times a day. But why haven't we fixed the smoke, and what is the secret technology trying to stop it? The physics of failure. To understand the solution, we have to understand the violence of the problem. An aircraft tire at touchdown goes from 0 to over 2000 rpms in less than a tenth of a second. This is called the spin-up phase. Because the rubber is stationary and the runway is moving at incredible speeds, the tire doesn't roll, it skids. This friction generates instantaneous heat, reaching temperatures that would melt lead. This thermal shock is what creates those long black streaks you see on every runway. In fact, major airports like Heathrow or JFK have to pressure wash the runways periodically just to remove the tons of rubber buildup so other planes don't slide. It's a multi-million-dollar headache. So, the obvious question is, why don't we just spin the wheels before they touch the ground? It sounds simple, right? Over the last 50 years, hundreds of patents have been filed to solve this. One of the most famous ideas was adding vanes or fins to the side of the tires like a water wheel. The idea was that the air rushing past the plane would catch these fins and spin the tire naturally. It worked in tests, but in reality, it created massive aerodynamic drag and vibration. Another idea was using electric motors, but back then, motors were too heavy. In aviation, every extra pound of weight costs thousands of dollars in fuel over the life of the plane. For a long time, it was simply cheaper to let the tires burn than to carry the weight of the solution. But the game is changing. With the rise of electric taxi systems, companies like Safran and Honeywell are developing motors that sit inside the wheel hub. These aren't just for spinning the wheels before landing, they allow the plane to drive to the gate without using its massive, fuel-hungry jet engines. When the pilot nears the runway, these motors pre-rotate the tires to match the ground speed perfectly. Imagine a landing with zero smoke, zero screech, and tires that last 10 times longer. We are moving from a collision with the ground to a handshake with the ground. This tech is already being tested on next-generation prototypes, and it could revolutionize airport noise and maintenance. The next time you're on a flight and you see that puff of smoke, look at it differently. It's a reminder of the raw power of friction and the incredible strength of the rubber beneath your feet. But soon, that smoke might become a thing of the past, a relic of an era when we hadn't yet mastered the art of the perfect touchdown. Aviation engineering never stops, and the wheels are already turning toward a smoother future. 5 minutes, one smoky mystery, solved.